Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. Seeding ryegrass on the slopes. It's going to rain in about 2 or 3 hours, and so I want to have grass grow on those slopes so that they do not erode in the grass. And I found this little guy. I didn't know if I remembered where I put it, but I did. I had to do some fixing on the bottom. I built that out of the old marking flag, you know, the wire flag with the little blue. And so you spread the grass and then you cover it with straw, which I've got to do a better job than that to kind of keep critters from eating it. I wanted to wait until right before it rained to get it down so the birds would have the least amount of chance. So that's what we're doing. Erosion control, a preemptive. Some of you have been here for a long time. My wife and I, before we moved here, we owned this land, but we had developed it not at all. It was all woods, total woods. And we thought, back around 2006-ish, that we may move to Thailand and live there and become self-supporting missionaries. I'm going to move over here. Become self-supporting missionaries and live in northern Thailand. That's what we wanted to do. And we pictured ourselves living a very rural life. Maybe even a house on stilts. And camera's not right. Let me get this right. Anyway, I guess we'll be like that. House on stilts, maybe, but just living out there in northern Thailand. What stopped us from doing that was a couple things. Missionaries are pretty unsuccessful in Thailand. So, you know, effort versus whatever. And then I thought, why do you have to go overseas to spread the word of the Lord? Why don't you just do it here? So that was one thing that I was playing with. Another thing was medical care. At the time, I'm not sure what it is anymore, Thailand had a lot of AIDS. And their blood supply was compromised and everything. And medical care, to my understanding, wasn't that great. Things have changed. Medical care in Thailand is good and inexpensive. I watched a video of a guy who had like a bypass operation or something, and it cost very little money. I mean, he could afford to pay it. But we thought, you know, medical, we're going to get older. We may need medical. And so we decided not to go. And instead, we moved to the third world country of the Ozarks. And in many ways, and Thailand really isn't a third world country anymore. It truly is a developing nation. But Ozarks is in a lot of ways like a third world country. What do I mean by that? People who move here from either coast, California or the East, or as you're looking at it, California and the East, they're used to a fast pace of life. They're used to getting directly to the point. You walk in to the shop, the little bell goes ding ding, and the woman behind the counter says, "How y'all doing?" or something like that. And you say, "Hey, do you sell?" They consider that very rude. Yeah, I'm here to get, I want to do this business. Dun, dun, dun. It's just like, dude, you need to slow the heck down, exchange some pleasantries, discuss the weather, and then maybe get to you. Hey, do y'all sell grass seed? You're pegged right away as a, you know, pushy. That's what it's considered, pushy. And so when one schedules work out here, let's say dirt work. If you hire a normal Ozarkian to come do the dirt work, they'll say, "Yeah, well, I should be able to get out there next week sometime." Okay, so when do you think that is? Because I have a life, I want to be here when you do this work, and my schedule is pretty full. And so give me a date and time. That's what you want to say, but you don't. You're like, well, when do you think that'll be? Well, I might get out there Thursday. Okay. What time Thursday? You're starting to be pushy. He's starting to think maybe he doesn't want to work for a pushy guy such as you. What are you pushing me on the time for? I said I'd be out next week, didn't I? I mean, that's the thought process going on. This was done by Bear, the Bear, and so we had it set. He understands things. He came up here and did a perfect job. Duh. The reason why is because we couldn't find anybody to get out here and do this in a timely manner. This is the pad, what's going to be the pad for the 30 by 50 fellowship hall that we're building. Thank you for those of you who have contributed. If you want to contribute, we could use some. We have the building, pad and building paid for, in a large part due to Grindstone Ministries. The interior of it, though, we still need to come up with that. So if you want to donate, you can. PayPal account, vikingservices@hotmail.com. And thank you if you want to. But that's not what this is about. And so we had a meeting with the builder for this big building that's going to build. And he said, all right, now this was 2 weeks ago, I'll get started on Wednesday. That was last Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. I'll get started on Wednesday. And I said, okay, well, here's my phone number. Call or text me and let me know when you're coming so that I make sure gates are unlocked, dogs are put away, we're ready to receive you. And he said, oh, yeah, I'll call you 2 days, and I'll give you about 2 days' notice. I said, that'll be fine. So Monday came and went, nothing. Tuesday came and went, nothing. I called the Bear, who's handling this via Grindstone Ministries, and said, hey, man, here's where we're at. And he's like, I'm on it. So he talks to the vice president of the company, who says, yeah, well, my guy talked to Joe, and blah, blah, blah. I said, I haven't talked to anybody. And Bear's getting irritated. And so then he sends me a phone number, says, call this number. This is the guy. So I call the guy, and the process of work is, excuse me, I'm going to cough again. Straw, COVID. They're going to come in and do a little bit of minor flattening out there. It's flat now, but touch it up a little bit. They're going to put in the framework for the pad, lay down gravel, lay down rebar and stuff like that, and then pour a pad. And then they're going to build a building on top of that pad, right? So I call the number. It's not the guy we had talked to originally. It was another guy. And he's like, yeah, who is this? I told him who I was and where I was, and we wanted the building built. He goes, oh, yeah, I should be able to get started on that. Now, this was last Wednesday. I should be able to get started on that tomorrow or Friday. I said, okay, well, we don't work here on Saturday, but other than that, that's fine. He goes, yeah, all right. I said, so you're doing the pad? He's like, what? I got to get started the day after tomorrow. You doing the pad? I don't normally do pads. I just put the buildings up. I'm thinking to myself, then why am I talking to you? Because the building can't go up before the pad is up. And so hilarity ensues, and I call back the Bear, who calls back the vice president, who says blah, blah, blah. He was vacationing in Cozumel or something, said, I'll be in Monday, we'll get this sorted out. Today's Wednesday. The last I heard, materials are supposed to be delivered sometime today. And work's supposed to start tomorrow, sometime tomorrow in the morning. What work? How that's going? And the thing is, if you were back east or back west, you'd be calling up and complaining and saying, well, you wouldn't have to because people there understand business, right, and work. Here, we'll see. We'll see if the building supplies get delivered today and if any work starts tomorrow. This is one of our Vikings. So that's what I'm doing, and then I'm going to go over, I can show you real quick, and then I do have to get to work. And plus I need to upload this video, which takes a couple hours, and you want to see it sometime today, right? I'm going to come over here when I'm done talking to y'all, and you can see how we have different pads for different buildings here. And I'm going to seed them and straw them as well, just to keep everything till it all gets tight. And then it's supposed to rain, which will be good. It'll settle everything. So that's what we're looking forward to. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm probably going to work on the novel, get some of the novel posted again, hopefully today or tomorrow, because I'm kind of excited about it, living vicariously through it. When last we left our stalwart troop of college students, there were strange people about. Incidents had happened. A shot was fired. All right. That's what I'm doing, gang. Doing the things. Making a way for the saints. I hope you're doing something. I hope you're doing something. Get serious. You know, I had a dream the other night. Sounds like a speech. I did have a dream the other night about another mag around here, and the leader of that mag, I can't say too much about him, but he had in the dream this huge mansion house, like California mansion house, not McMansion, real mansion kind of house. He doesn't have anything close to that. And in this house, I was there, and people were sleeping all over the house. And I've always had the idea that you could turn your house into a center for people coming to your land by giving each family a bedroom. Sure, it's 10 by 10 or 12 by 12 or, you know, whatever your bedrooms are. And you're putting a whole family in there, but really all they need to do in there is sleep, right? In this dream that I had, which again, you had to maneuver all through this house, which I did. The bedrooms were a little bit, and they were mansion bedrooms, you know, so they were big, 20 by something. And there were a couple living rooms, and there were 2 families in every bedroom. And they had hung sheets up across the middle of the bedroom for some modicum of privacy. But there were a lot of families living in this house. What's your plan? To have other people come stay with you. What the heck was that? Bigfoot. It's not Bigfoot because my dog is over there. He's a lion hunting dog. I imagine he'd have something to say at Bigfoot. All right. Start thinking about it, gang. We don't have a lot of time. You don't have a lot of time. Stay busy. I will see you out there.